In this video, we're going to be covering another SQL question. This is Leetcode question number 1076, project employees part 2. We have a project table which has a project ID and an employee ID, and the combination of that is the primary key of this table. We have an employee ID which is a foreign key of employee table. Okay, and the employee has the employee ID, the name, and the number of years. An employee ID is the primary key of this table. Write an SQL query that reports all the projects that have the most employees. So they are not even saying that it's a very simple one. It could have been complicated if they were saying that count the number of years uh, maybe an employee has spent on a project. No, not like that. They are just saying this is the project ID, right? You just return, what are we returning here? Yeah, we're just returning the project ID who has the most number of employees. Yeah, and if you see, we don't even need this information. Any information in this table is not actually needed, not actually used. All they're saying is like, if you have been given this project ID, give me the project who has the most number of employees. So what we're gonna be doing is like, and in this case, project one has 3 employees. So which you can get it from here, 3 distinct employees, and that's why the project one is gonna be the output. So we are doing is like, let's talk about this one as maximum, like the max employee. So we are selecting the maximum count employee ID from, actually let's talk about this one. We are from the project one, this one from the project, we are selecting the project ID count of employees ID as count of as count underscore employee ID. So once we did that, after grouping them by the project ID, right, we are saying that take the maximum of that, right, from this one as maximum employee. They have made it complicated. So basically, they in this one, they what they did is like, uh, so what this is gonna be doing is, okay, give me the project ID who has the maximum number of employees. We already count them, right? And we already said that, okay, group them by the project IDs. So one is gonna have three, two is gonna have one, two is gonna have four. Now on another note, he takes the project ID from the project, grouping by the project ID, and say that the distinct count of distinct employee ID is actually equal to that number. And of course, having count of the distinct employee ID after grouping them by the project ID, whichever is gonna be there, that is gonna be equal to that. Uh, like, the reason I cannot run it is because this one is a, you need subscription for this uh, question. Otherwise, it could have been made much simpler. Like, I was just wondering, why can't we just output the distinct of them and then count it, and whatever is the project ID we can return it. Instead of doing that, they actually kind of did the two queries. One is going inside, counting it, and then again kind of doing the same grouping on the project ID, getting the value of the, having the then kind of making sure that this calculation has a count of distinct employee IDs equal to the other calculation we just did. Wow, made it very complicated. But yeah, because I do not have any, I do not have the subscription right now, and like, this is, I cannot run it. Otherwise, I definitely would have made it much more understandable. Okay, that's all I wanted to cover in this video. Thanks for watching.